Good day, everyone. This is my video presentation on a farmer for a named crop. Named crop being sweet potato. I'm here with Mr. Bundu, Mr. Ramdev Bundu, who produces sweet potato. I have a few questions for you, Mr. Bundu, which I now like to ask you. So, how long have you been farming?
Over 50 years.
Over 50. And during that time, what crops have you planted?
Well, I plant all crops, but I specialize in the root crops because concentrating on staples for food security, right? Source of carbohydrate.
Okay.
Yeah. So hence I do the root crop like cassava, sweet potato, yam, dashi, all this sort of thing.
Okay. So,
Might come up a little bit. Yeah. Right.
so on this plot of land, how many acres do you cultivate?
This crop I have around 10 acres.
10 acres of land. Where you do sweet potato and how much?
Well, we do sweet potato and we do cassava. Actually, what happened here is that through the heavy rainfall, I had to resort to this area because this area have proper drainage and whatnot, that the amount of water not interfering with the crops. And then I had to secure, I have exclusive planted material that I have to secure. So I come up here and secure because we don't have flooding here. So it's safe. So you might find that I have the cassava, sweet potato, I have yam, I have plantain, banana, several other crops. Right? It's more area to secure the planting material and while planting for future.
Okay. Another question I have for you is concerning sweet potato, right? How do you market those products, those commodities?
Well, I market this sweet potato. I have on farm. I sell on the farm. Farm gate sales. Right, I retail on the farm, and the concept are from the farm to the table, where I sell at eliminate the middleman, and I sell at a price just a little above the wholesale price. So I entice the consumers to come on the farm and buy. So marketing really is not a problem.
Okay.
But also what I'm going to do now, I have in train is to do the processing. Stage 1, stage 2, stage 3 processing.
Okay.
Right.
Right. Consider also marketing. Do you export your product?
Not as yet.
Not as yet. You want to elaborate a little bit on that?
Well, the thing about it is, if you're getting the sales in the fresh market, in the local market, it don't make sense you go and you look at the foreign market and you can't satisfy the local market.
See what we have here and see how it. Take it off. I have it on right now. Just view a little bit and see if I'm having any problems with filming.
So, what problems do you face on your land?
Well, we have the problem with the sweet potato. You have in the dry season you have the problem with the sweet potato weevil. Well, with the set of rain that we have now, you don't have a problem because the weevil don't thrive during that period, right? But now what you have is sweet potato do not bear and do not survive under this amount of water. Hence you see I come on the hill now and I'm growing my plants here. So I can still get something. Unlike in the flat, you're basically losing everything.
Along with the problems you faced, do you have problems in getting labor?
Yes, but we see in this work the labor is not just labor, it has to be a sort of skills that you develop, right? Because you have techniques, you have I developed special techniques in growing my sweet potato. So we need to So it's not that you can pick up labor every day and you come and you do it. The thing about it, you have to show these people. Right now I have one, whenever I had two, but now I cut down to one. Who knows the work, he learned the technique, and he could come and do it. Because you just do plant, you have certain particular ways that you plant. And then you treat the plants and all this sort of thing.
Okay. Do you have anyone you plan to run the farm after you have
No,
quote unquote retired?
right now I have my son as my partner.
Okay.
Yeah, my son as a partner in the farm. He learning the thing, but he really don't spend the whole day with me because he have his own tractor. So he go about getting the jobs and whatnot. Right, but he there. So you have continuity.
Okay. Besides the pest and disease that you spoke about, what are some constraints you would say you have in your production of sweet potato?
Well, that much. You see, the whole thing about it is you have to. I develop over the past few years. I developed technique. I am not one that be complaining and say, climate change and the high cost of production and all this sort of thing, fertilizer thing. The whole thing about it, you employ good agricultural practices. With good agricultural practices, you do have to do curative spraying. What you do is maintenance spraying, right? Because it is more difficult to cure a sick plant, right? Than to mine a healthy plant. And a healthy plant is a productive plant. A sick plant is an unproductive plant. Right? We do that, and we achieve that by also the ideal land preparation. Not ordinary land preparation, you do ideal land preparation. To take care of the weather, to deal with the high cost inputs like the fertilizer, right? Then you fix your soil, the pH in your soil. No, because if you don't fix your soil, you tend to lose over 75% of your fertilizer, right? Okay. You don't break down in the soil. If your pH is between 4 to 4.5, so if you address your pH and you bring it to 7, which is ideal, you get 100% of your fertilizer. So whereas now you're spending you're using 4 bags of fertilizer to the acre, and with your pH poor, you only get benefit from 2 bags. Okay. Right? But if you fix your pH, what you're going to get, you use 2 bags and you get 100% thing. So you cut costs by 2 bags. You understand?
Yeah, there's a lot. Yeah.
Yeah. And by doing simple things, you do the right thing. Yeah.
Another question is, do you receive any assistance from the government?
No.
So everything here is...
Yeah, everything that I do on my own here.
Okay.
The only basically like, like some equipment and thing you get a subsidy, but how often? You understand? But I go ahead and I do my work. I spend time and do my work and everything. All the research that I do here, I absorb all the costs.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, would you mind telling us your cost of production for the plot of sweet potato?
Well, right now we're in the process of reviewing that because taking into consideration the climate change, the effects of the rain and all this sort of thing. But before that, under normal conditions, it was costing $1.75 a pound to produce a potato.
One potato plant. Okay.
Right? No, to produce potato per pound. The tubers.
Per pound.
Right?
Okay.
Yeah. So, which means that if you had to wholesale that, is at a wholesale that for at least $2.50 a pound. to really make to go back and put again.
Yeah.
So but when you look at the ups and downs and everything, a safe wholesale price, fixed price could be around $3 a pound. That will take you through, so that even though when things low, you make up when they, you know, yeah. So looking at that, so when you see people farmers selling for $120 a bag and $150 a bag or $150 a pound, you're selling that below cost of production.
Okay.
So you're selling at loss. But you see, farmers though they don't really take on the cost of production module as serious as possible. The whole thing about it is farmers do make time for them things. They feel they know everything and they want to go ahead and do it. You understand? But if they go and they attend training and all this sort of thing, you see this sort of foolishness you're doing. You understand?
Okay, final few questions I have for you. So, would you recommend a budding young farmer to produce this sweet potato crop in a large scale?
Yes, it could produce, but you have to hedge it towards processing,
Right.
not market. Your market has to be processing. You do agro processing, and you have a fixed market. Selling on the open market, it doesn't make sense.
So you would not recommend selling
No, if a young farmer want to go into business, don't go and sell makoya. Right? Set up your thing, do your processing. Yes, stage one processing which is the whole tuber you wash and your package. Then your stage 2, your peel and your cut and whatnot.
And then
Right.
Right. And the final question I have for you today. What are some policies you think should be implemented by the government and by the private sector to increase production of sweet potato?
But the whole thing is market, and I'll be trying to do that. I'll trying to get that happening all the time. Is that we have to get all the parties together, like the supermarket, the processors, the manufacturers, the consumers, the ministry. Get everybody together on around the table and work out this thing, and where you could grow the thing and you grow it sustainably, right? Sustainably, that means that you could grow it all the time and you're making enough money as a business, right? But what happening now is that we don't have real serious marketing process in the country. That you already one or two processors, when they buy from you, when the price high on the open market, they come and they buy from you to do the processing, and when the price drop back on the open market, they tell you they have plenty in store. You understand? So we need, if we want to move forward, we have to get rid of that. Right?
Okay.
You have to have a policy where you have a fixed price that you sell on a fixed price. So because when you do that fixed price system, you could do projections. You can't do projection that when you sell $300 a bag or $3 a pound, and the next 3 months you sell it $150 a pound. You can't do projection with that. You can't do business projection.
Okay.
Right? You have a fixed price, and you fix a price with your cost of production module and everything, and you have a fixed price, and you do planning with that. Right?
Yeah.
So we need to really handle that if we want to do things serious.
Okay. So that is all the questions I have for you today, Mr. Bundu. I'd like to thank you so much.
Well, it's always a pleasure.
Thank you.
Yeah, because what I'm actually doing with this is to pass on the knowledge that I have to young people, right? And if you go on my Facebook page, you're going to see every day I share something.
Okay.
Every day, but I don't load the thing. Every day something different I share on Facebook page, right? So you learn things. 2 days ago I shared about the same the fertilizer efficiency chart, right? And the values of that and whatnot. And a lot of young farmers, serious young farmers then,
Mm-hmm.
calling me and inquiring, and they, they're talking because they seen the fact, the thing about it, you could call from now till die kingdom come about the high cost of fertilizer. So what you actually have to do is do something to mitigate that. You understand? And it's so simply you fix your soil. That's about it. The thing is there, and I pass it in always whatever. So, our advisor could always check on the Facebook page. You just think my name and you go get my Facebook page on it. Right? And you could always info for friends and
Okay.
so you have access to all that because it's a setter, and I keep showing all the achievements, little bit by little bit, all what that I achieved for the amount of years. So, but what I was doing, I didn't do it to achieve while I was doing it.
Right. So, Mr. Bundu, concerning the shelf life of your sweet potato, how long do you keep it stored and how do you?
My sweet potato has remained long in the open. So if you check out about how they tell you to cure sweet potato. Curing sweet potato is very simple. You have in an open place, no sunlight, and you have air blowing through.
Mm-hmm.
If you go to any manual, you go, most of the manuals you get on. But now you're lucky that you could go on YouTube and you could go on the internet and you get all those things, right? But the key to it is you're looking at your fertilizer regime,
Mm-hmm.
right? If you want your sweet potato to last long, you're be very particular with your intake nitrogen. And because all the fertilizer I recommend is a very low nitrogen, like well, the highest we go with like 16, 8, 24, 12, 24, 12, 8. One, the ID one we have right now is 8, 16, 36, only 8% nitrogen.
Okay.
So when you grow sweet potato with that, it lasts very long.
Okay.
On the open shelf.
And in terms of storage, how do you store your sweet potato?
Well, right now we don't have it in the store, but there are methods to use to store it. If you check, you go out when you go on it and you go see where they store it. Right? The same way with you have it on shelves and your watch, and you put it on your shelf and with proper aeration. You don't have to freeze or anything.
Just have it out.
Right, but it's just you create a balanced condition, not too much heat, not too much coldness. Right? Because if you have moisture, what's going to happen is going to encourage it to grow.
Okay.
The tuber is going to grow.
Okay.
So you have to create that
Dry condition.
condition.